Now that we've done the rotating component and the hazard, we're going to look at doing a spline component. And in order to do this, we're going to set this up a little bit. We're going to do a platform here. I'm going to duplicate this, and then we will move this into position. I'm going to go ahead and scale this down just a little bit. And let's see. Whoops. Didn't want to do that. We're going to move this here because it's kind of what we want, but I need to make the other platform. Oops, let's go back. I need to duplicate this platform now, and we're going to add a coin on this. So the idea here is that we have this platform, which is going to move back and forth, and then we're going to have a coin sitting on here. So like before with the coin, we're going to go into the asset browser, and in the library assets, let's go ahead and do gameplay. And we're going to do coin collectible, adding that into the scene. And if I wanted to be really precise, I guess I could just kind of set it like this, move that up. There we go. So the idea is I need to make it to this coin. And I'm going to do it through this. So in order to do this, I need to add a spline component to this first. And going down in the properties panel, I'm going to click the plus, and we're going to do a spline movement component. And scrolling down, we can see that we now have a spline movement component, but we don't have a spline. In order to do this, I need to add a spline into the scene. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the left add component. And I'm going to search for a spline, which is right there. I'm going to shrink this down, and then I'm going to add it into the scene like so. I'm going to disable the snapping for the moment, and let's move this here. And then what we want to do is actually go into the spline itself. So double clicking, I can enter into the spline, and I want to move this point to where the beginning and end would be in general, which moves this back and forth, as you would expect. So I'm going to go back into the properties of this. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to select the spline, which is now active. I'm going to exit out of that, and if I come into the scene, you can see that we now have our platform. It's a little slow. Maybe that's a good thing, because in some cases it's really, really fast. But you'll see that Jimmy is able to ride over on the platform, jump, and now I have my coin. So good job, Jimmy. You've successfully navigated over to the coin, and the hazard awaits you to the finish flag, but we've completed the lesson and added a spline with the platform into the scene. So to finalize this, we'll look at the next one, which is how to publish the project and bring it to the Explore page, but this wraps up the spline movement component.